In this video, we're making truth tables with conjunctions or disjunctions. So it's important that we understand just a couple different things here. One is that how important it is to add additional columns. So if you're in ALEKS, you'll see this little thing that allows you to make more columns. Those columns won't be graded. The only grade is determined by the overall truth value of the statement. And so we want to encourage you, though, how important it is to make those columns to really understand these types of problems. So I'm going to do that sort of below and show you kind of what that would look like. So first of all, I'm just going to recopy. We've got P, we've got Q, we go T, T, F, F, and then T, F, T, F. That takes care of all the different combinations. And then the additional columns that we'd want to add, you look at this, we're going to need not Q. You see that as part of this statement. So I need to know not Q. And remember, not Q is the negation of Q. So all that is just the opposite of Q. So where it's T, we go to F, F, we go to T, T, we go to F, F, we go to T. And so now I need to make an additional column for what's inside the parentheses. So I want to look at not Q or P. So I want to look at that statement. And so now for that one, it's important that you focus only on, some people teach doing these with like strips of paper to cover up the columns you don't need. I'm just going to put highlighter and mark over them just to indicate these are the two columns we're focusing on. So if I look at not Q or P, I'm first looking at this column and this column. So it's the or. That's what we call the disjunction, and it is those two columns. So now we want to say, so not Q or P, and remember that disjunction, the important thing to remember about it, that disjunction, if you have false or true, so that's when I say false or true, not Q was false, P was true, so not Q or P, that would be true. If we look at not Q or P here, that would be true. And if we look at not Q or P here, you have false and false, so that's the time that it's false. And then if we have not Q or P where we have true and false, that's true. So in general, remember, the disjunction is only false if both pieces are false. So now we've completed that column. And now finally, the last step is the negation of the not Q or P. So it's just the negation of that previous column. So now I'm going to change highlighters and say we're looking at this one. So now all I'm doing is focusing on this column, and we're finding the negation of that column. So to do that, we're going to say, oops, get the pen out. We're going to say the negation of that, so then that's going to be false. The negation of that is false. The negation of that is true. The negation of that is false. So that is how we complete an entire truth table, one column at a time, and at any given time, you're only looking at up to 2 different columns.